Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land, where we have now reached the month of September. And as you can see, I am picking up some stones with a stone picker. Our money is right around 35,000, and I sold all those bales yesterday. That got us up to 57,000 and change. Where did all of our money go? Well, leasing the stone picker cost about $2,000. I did lease a Breedle spreader because we got to spread some fertilizer and lime today, so that cost $5,000. Plus, at the end of last night, all the vehicles and equipment that I was using was repaired, refueled, washed. Everything's taken care of, and of course, after that, some overnight fees for running production buildings and so on has dropped us down to where we stand at 35,000. So not too bad overall. I could deal with that. But today's focus, definitely in the morning hours, is the chicken fields. I think we're just going to call them the chicken fields because that's what we use them for, to grow wheat, barley for the chickens. And first things first, picking up the stones. I should mention the stone picker I'm using is from Stevie's Mods, and his Facebook page link should be in the description below, so if you want to go get this mod, you can go on and do it. What this mod does, one, I think the base game one, the working speed is 9 miles an hour, and the description says 13 miles an hour for the working speed, but I'm doing 14, so give or take. But the big thing that will come in handy, especially if you hire a worker, if it means that much to you, the capacity on this is not 2,000 liters, it's 20,000 liters, so work can go quite a ways before it needs to be unloaded. I was going to test, because I think someone told me with courseplay will stop when it gets full, but it won't unload. But I think on the base game, if you hire a base game worker, I think it said it'll unload if there's a trailer nearby. I thought about trying that on the base game. One, or I could fill this one up and find out later on. It's going to be hard to fill this one up. 20,000 liters of rocks. That's quite a bit amount of rocks. Realistic? Not really, but you know what? It's going to save me time, and that's what I'm kind of shooting for. So, yeah, this is a modded stone picker. I'll probably get this in the future. We're going to get rid of the bucket that picks up the stones. I may keep the bucket for when we do sugar beet, but I don't think so, because when I do sugar beet and or potatoes, it's not going to be on the small scale side. So, with that being said, the bucket may be going bye-bye. Not like I'm going to get a whole bunch of cash for it by selling it. It only costs like $2,000, so I'll probably sell it for like $800, so not a big money maker. But first thing we're doing is I already got one field done of the chicken fields. I got that field upper right-hand corner over there. That one's already done. And this is the second field. So we got to pick up the stones, and then Frank is going to take over, and he's going to start picking up the stones in all the rest of the fields. It's going to take him a little bit, but he'll get the job done like he did yesterday. And then we're going to go down to the store in the McCormick, and we're going to grab the Breedle spreader. Now, while we're down there, I am going to buy some fertilizer, because we're going to fertilize the fields first, and then we'll spread lime on the fields. And then when we go and replant wheat into the fields, it should be a double stage of fertilization, and that should be fine. So that is our goal for today. The animals are doing well. The cows are doing pretty darn good. They haven't gone through the TMR yet. I may let them go through a little bit of the hay that we put into there, but if I get a chance, we'll get over there and give them some TMR at some point as well. But that is the goal for today anyways. As for everything else, all the production buildings are still going, the ones that were going. The fabric shop, Tight Knit, is almost done with the cotton that we harvested a year ago. So it's taken almost a full year, even with the no handcuffs mod placeable buildings we got down, producing it 5 times quicker. Man, on the base game, it just boggles my mind that if you do a harvest, when you do that big of a harvest, that it would only be like 20% through instead of almost 100% through. That's quite a bit of time to get that much production done. But either way, once that's done, I'll make sure I turn it off. There's plenty of fabric to be made at, so what? I almost forgot the name of my production building, which makes clothing. So, yeah, once that gets all taken care of, we'll make sure we turn all that off. Looks like Frank, when they were plowing, missed a spot over here. Oh yeah, and after last episode, I did not see the pack that a lot of you made comments on it, and it's called And hang on a second, I'll have to go back in. I forgot the name of it. Baling loaders. I did download it. I did not see it on there. The Ponge trailer pack. These will pick up some bales right here. I probably would go with this one right here. Not because it's the cheapest, because it's not articulated. So that's what we're going with. Yeah. I did not see that on there. I know a couple people laughed. I'm like, hey, didn't you know that trailer you're using wasn't for bales? You see a baling trailer, and it says autoloader on it. You know. And I have no problem showing my mistakes. The mistakes I made, I have no problem. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone misreads, or you think you know what you're doing. And sometimes you don't. And I have no problem showing that. I have no problem admitting I make mistakes. But thanks for the tips about that trailer pack. I did not see it. The way mods come out now, it's hard to keep track of all the mods that are coming out, what each one does. Sometimes you do a quick look at it, and it's like, nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Kind of going back to like the bucket that we're using to pick up stones. When someone told me about that, and I was like, there's a bucket that picks up stones? I missed it. And then that's because when I read the title, it says sugar beet. I think the title says something like sugar beet bucket. But when you read the description, it shows what it does. And yeah. So sometimes you miss things. But all the fields are plowed. So we shouldn't have any weeds except for spots that I missed. So we are good to go. But these three fields here, the chicken fields, all need lime, like I was talking about. And also the field right behind me as well, the big field, needs lime. Also, our grass fields need lime as well. So if I got enough lime, we will try to get as much of the fields we need to be done. But I am just going to focus on these three chicken fields first, because I want to get the wheat in today. That way I can kind of focus on October of doing some other things. I got to get more wood into the sawmill, because that's been kind of empty for a while. Not that it's a big deal, but you know, have a seat is getting this starting to get a little bit low on the planks. So we want to make sure we get the sawmill back up and running. I'm going to try not to work at all in the winter. I like to skip those 3 months if I can. So I'm trying to get all the work done while the weather is good. Yeah, so this is kind of nice. I mean, 2,000 liter capacity is probably, you know, what it is on the base game. But having a little bit more capacity, I'm not stopping as much to go unload it, which is, you know, not that big of a deal. And now I just got to go ahead. I'm going to finish up this field here. Like I said, then we'll get Frank or Mrs. Frank, whoever decides to jump into the almost called the T8, into the T6 and start picking up some stones. They'll take over, like I said, we'll jump into McCormick, which is ready to go. And we'll go on down to the store. The Breedle spreader is waiting for us. And I got to buy the fertilizer, though. But we'll buy fertilizer, come up and take care of these fields with fertilizer, then lime, and then we'll jump in. No, you know what? I'll probably end up keep using the McCormick. Well, you probably use the McCormick to plant the wheat in. Alright, let's go dump the load that we have in. It's not full, but one thing I haven't tried with this yet, can I unload into here? Is that going to... Oh, it does recognize that it's there. Alright, perfect. We'll dump to the top. Not that we're going to get more out of it this way. It's not like we're selling the stone. We're just doing a production. On in you go. Make sure it's not going into the ground. It actually did go in, right? Let's make sure that it went in to our production building. And that's up here. Yes, it is. It's there. I'm actually going to turn that on, because it'll be an extra 7,000 liters. I may need that extra 7,000 liters. Let's go ahead and we'll unfold this again. And now it's time for one of the Franks to come on over. So let's go over here and let's see, where are we here? You are here, as they say. Create job, target field, target that field there, and then of course we'll starting point here, go that direction there, create course. Number of headlands 3. I'm going to do 5, that way they turn around the field. Generate course. And then do that. And what do I got you set for? Nearest waypoint, first waypoint. Start the first waypoint. And they should be good to go. You are going to lower that down, right? When you start working. I want to make sure they lower that down. It's actually raised right now. You're going to put that down? Yeah, you're putting it down. Alright, now these going to work. Make sure we're going at top speed. Make sure the settings are correct. Yep, okay, you're going top speed. Perfect. Looks like Mr. Frank was actually in there. Alright, so these 3 fields are ready for us to get to work on. Let's grab the McCormick, head on down to the store. You know what I didn't check this morning? What is for sale here? So these 3 things were in yesterday. And then, of course, we got a Tedder, which we do have, and a Landini, which we do not need currently. Alright, so McCormick is right over here. All nice and shiny. Like I said, everything is fully repaired, fully fueled, nice and washed to get it all dirty once again. Alright, down to the store, we're going to grab the Bredal spreader. And like we said, one thing I need to check. Do I have any fertilizer here whatsoever? I have none. I'm trying to figure out how much fertilizer in my head I'm going to need. I have no idea how much I'm going to need to do 2 stages of fertilization. So, I don't want to say let's go crazy with the fertilizer because we don't have that much cash. And fertilizer is expensive. I'll make up my mind when we get down there, I think. Alright, let's hook up this bad boy. Even with the McCormick, that thing still looks rather huge. Hey, Sally, I need some fertilizer. Alright, never mind. Maybe she went out back to get it. I have no idea. Let's go in here and... Nope, where are we going? There we going. Is it cheaper to get it? This is 1,000 liters for 1920. I've done this before. 1,000 liters for 1820. So it's cheaper to buy it by the bag. Alright, let's come in here. I don't know how much we're going to need here. This is going to get scary. 5,000. Wow, 13,000 pretty much for 8,000 liters. I don't know if it's enough. We're going to start with that because that's how much we can buy. So let's come over here. Actually, it's 14,500. Wait. I come back in here and I can select 8. In here it says 12,740. Wait, base price is 18. Okay. Base price is 1,820. Options. So up here they're showing me the option amount. Alright. Yeah, don't look up here. Make sure you look down here. See? I'm an idiot. I'm always looking up here to see what the total is. So the extra 12,740 is for the extra 7 bags. Alright. Alright. Either way. This is going to take me a moment to fill. So I'm going to fill this on up. I'll meet you back up at the farm. And we'll start fertilizing the chicken fields. And hopefully these 8 bags, not only will fertilize it once, but then they can unload it. And the rest will go into the drill. And hopefully we get it all done with this much fertilizer. Frank, you are doing a spectacular job of picking up stones. Yeah, we need a whole bunch of stones because I need a whole bunch of lime. Hopefully we got enough lime to do what we need to do today. As for, because I know someone's going to mention it, when am I going to get some placeables up here so I can buy seed and fertilizer and stuff like that? I am waiting for Alien Jim's animated shed pack to come out. And then we'll put those on down, and that way we won't have to go down to the store to buy fertilizer, seed, and whatever we need. Alright, now I just got to remember how big of an area this thing covers. Not as big. Now, someone's going to mention, yes, we do got a fertilizer spreader in the shed. But instead of me going down with a trailer, picking up the fertilizer, then going back down, getting the Bredal spreader, It's like, you know what, we got the spreader. Let's go ahead and just, we'll just use it. Alright, so good news is this field here is just about done. And it's not going to take up too much. But one thing about this, I don't think it has the option to change the working width. So unlike the spreader I got, which is in the shed over there, I can change the working width for like this small of an area. I wouldn't waste as much fertilizer. Yeah, let's get this little corner too. Let's get every square inch. It matters for the chickens. Alright, I think we got plenty of fertilizer, honestly. And the reason why I'm putting down the fertilizer first and then the lime is if I put down the lime, then the fertilizer, when I go to seed with our drill and have the fertilizer in it, it won't actually put down another stage of fertilization. You got to have different stage after fertilizing before the field recognized has been fertilized again. Always been a thing in Farming Simulator that I can remember. And I do remember doing the test on Elm Creek for it. Yeah, we're more than fine on fertilizer. I don't know what I was worried about. You know what? I also got to do that grass field as well over here by the sheep. That needs to be fertilized as well. So for what we're doing here, I might as well go ahead and get everything fertilized while it's in here. Now the grass field over by the cow barn, that was ready actually yesterday, but actually ran out of time. That's why we haven't done it yet. I was going to try to do it in the month of August, but with me picking up the bales and Frank plowing all the fields yesterday, we got done just around dark. So I think it was just a little bit after 8 o'clock when we got done and wrapping things up. By the time I got everything back to the shop and fixed and repaired everything, the sun was setting on the day. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to get a chance to even get over to the grass field. Not that we need any grass, hay, silage currently. And even if I cut it yesterday, I may have gotten one more cut in it this year, but it's not desperately needed. And I don't know if I mentioned or not, but the baling trailer that we got, the auto, not the auto loading one, but the one that auto picks up the bales there. I did keep that overnight for the grass field. But then, of course, Monday's video came out and you guys told me about the baling trailer pack. I just showed you the... what's it called? The pond. I almost want to say the Ponzi, but it's not the Ponzi. I forgot the name of it. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys mentioned that one. So, I may get that one for when we do the hay bales. All right, let's go over here to the grass field and get that fertilized as well. So I didn't even use the 1,000 liters of fertilizer on the field. But it's okay if you ever buy fertilizer and seed, because you're just always going to keep on. You're going to keep on needing it and keep on using it. So I got to figure out, I think I'm just going to go ahead on the grass field over by the cow barn. I think I'm just going to make some more hay bales and be settled with it. I'm thinking pretty soon here, this field here, maybe even next season in the springtime, is we'll convert this over to, not a grass field, but we'll turn it over to whatever I want to plant next year, which I don't know yet. It could be sorghum or... I don't know yet. It might even be cotton again. I'm not sure. Have to see how it goes. Definitely the cotton harvest definitely paid off. Definitely got a lot of money out of it. So we actually are going to make money even though we had to put down the buildings and lease a lot of equipment. We actually made money on that. So that was a really darn good deal. And once we start getting all the production buildings down, and I have to buy at least one production building per year, and well, the more production buildings we put down, we'll start actually making more money as well. But still got a lot of stuff to buy. Every time I think, oh, we're making good progress, which I think we are, but at the same time, it's like, okay, that's one less thing I have to buy. And then I start thinking about the next thing. It's like, okay, but I still need this and this and this. It's like, still a long list of stuff that we need. A long list of stuff. And I am thinking, let's see, this is Wednesday's video. If you're watching it live, you know what I'm talking about. If you're watching it once or whenever you're watching, I'm like, it's a Thursday and I'm watching or whatever. Yeah, if we're watching this when this goes live, which should be a Wednesday, I am thinking probably next Monday's video will probably be a video where we're making a residential area. So we'll put down some housing, make some streets possibly, and do some decorating around the housing as well to start adding more character to the map, to our no man's land. And I think I'm gonna put it around the pond. So for those of you who watched my 19 series, right where we had the horse barn, we'll probably put a little bit of a development. I'm only talking about maybe 3 or 4 houses to start with, because it's something I really have not done. I did a little bit of decorating on Green Mountain Forest in 19. I was kind of getting into it just a little bit then. We'll see how it goes. Now, the housing we're not paying for, but landscaping we do. So, even though we're going to be putting down a lot of buildings, they do cost quite a bit amount of money. But like I said, we're not buying the buildings because we're not going to be getting rent from these people that are going to be living there. So it's fine. If I was paying for the housing, then it's like, yeah, darn right you guys are going to be paying rent for me. Those places are expensive. So it looks like Frank is done going around the headlands. Now he's going up and down the field. So he should be good to go for a little bit. All right, let's come over to here. And Control I to unload. And now we're going to come over to here and we're going to grab some lime and start throwing some lime down. Actually, I think today I need to sell the eggs and tomatoes. Need to be sold. Got to open this up. Make sure I don't hit anything there. And this is going to take just about all of the lime that we have, right? See, I just took 22,000 liters out-ish. Alright, so I still got almost another load in there. Let me just sneak by here. I can always tell by looking at the chickens. I can't remember if I sold the eggs last month or not. We did sell the eggs last month, so they are ready to be sold again. Now, after doing the mineral feed for the cow test on my own, now I kind of mentioned this a little bit in Monday's video where I did the test of what mineral feed actually did, and I was going to make a video on it, but it was such a quick video and the results were mineral feed doesn't do a darn thing. That's the results I came up with. I know most people were saying that, but I had a couple people saying, and I saw one video where they said, nope, it reduces the amount of TMR that the cows actually eat in a day, and I did not find that to be true whatsoever with mineral feed. Now, I've heard it a couple times on chickens. I heard one person actually told me they did a test, and they didn't see no difference in how much feed the chickens were eating or the egg production as they got older. So I'm not sure either, so maybe I should try to do that test myself as well. I'm not sure if I'll get time to do it, but we may start selling our chickens. Although I haven't checked on the chickens in a while. Alright, so the good thing is we're not going through as much lime as I thought we were going to. Perfect. So lime gives us an extra 15% yield. And it looks like it's the same as it has been since lime was pretty much introduced to Farming Simulator, where it's good for about 3 harvests. And then you got to put lime down once again. It is so nice. It doesn't seem that long ago that we had that, just the T6 on the farm. And I was getting, I almost say frustrated, but I just kept saying, boy, it'd be nice to have at least a couple of tractors so I can hire some workers out and I can get some more work done. But always in the beginning, we just got like 1 or 2 fields. It's like, what do I need to hire a worker for? It's not that much work to do. I can keep up with it. But now, as the fields get bigger and you get more of them, it's like, yeah, I need some hired work. Alright, so I think we're going to have enough lime for the chicken fields. Now the grass field over by the sheep, that has some lime on it, but I think what I'm going to do is, since we're already doing this, actually no, not the grass fields. The field that Frank is currently picking up rocks in, I got to put lime down on that one as well. That's a pretty darn big field. So I better make sure I got enough lime for those before I get into the grass field, because grass fields are not that important. We got 2 big grass fields, and yeah, we don't need that much grass currently. So I'm thinking currently with the lime I got left in the spreader and what I got left in the lime production stone crusher, I probably have enough, I think, to finish the field that Frank is currently picking up stones in. And all the rest of the stones that we pick up, well, that'll be ready for, or I gotta put in the grass fields, I guess. I could put in the grass fields or keep it until next year, because then the field beyond the one Frank's doing, and the one way down by milling it over, that's going to need some lime, I do believe, next season after the next harvest. So I may just hold off on the grass fields. It's not that big of a deal. There we go. The chicken fields now have all been limed. Oops, we got a little spot here when I took the corner. Didn't quite get it where I need to, so let's go ahead. Stuff like that annoys me a little bit. It's just the way I am. I see a little patch, it's like, gotta get it. Yeah, because that little patch is going to bring in the big bucks, right? Alright, let's go ahead and we'll park the Bredel spreader right over here. Let's go ahead and hoses, PTO shaft, attach that. Alright, is my drill... I think it's free, meaning there's nothing parked in front of it, right? No, I'm wrong. Okay. And this is why the grass field over here, I kind of want to change it to something else. That way, I don't have to, I know every time I need the mowers, the mower's going to be at the wrong grass field. Actually, I just need to attach it. I don't need the hydraulic hoses and everything on there. And yeah, these mowers here, got to be careful going into the shed, because they will hit that beam going across. Yeah, I cannot wait for Alien Jim's animated shed pack to come out. I do like those sheds. Alright, what do I got in here? Well, I'm full on seed. We need to change that, though, over to wheat. Alright, we'll grab 2 of these, I think. And we'll get to planting some wheat for the chickens. I wonder how much the eggs and tomatoes are going for today. See, while that's filling up, I'm taking more fertilizer than I thought. See, eggs, not that bad. It's been worse. I can't bring it to Bread Pit because I won't get paid for that. So if I were to sell it right now, probably it might be the supermarket by the time I get to it. But It's a decent price where the tomatoes. And tomatoes are not that great of a price. But it is what it is. They're perishable items. And we've had it for 2 months, so it's time to go ahead and sell it. The bread will start selling in October. Okay, let's go ahead and get this wheat in. I'm going to stop just for a second just to make sure we are getting a second stage of fertilization in, which we should be getting. Yep, 100% fertilized. Yield bonus of 96%. Ooh, we're getting an extra 1% somehow. So, the good news is, after we get done planting these three fields don't need to be touched until next July for harvest. Because we won't get no weeds because, well, there's, like I always say, there's a couple reasons why we plow stones and the weeds don't grow. Now, eventually I might get to the stage to where I don't want to plow the fields after every harvest, and we'll be doing some kind of a weed prevention, probably herbicide. I've been hearing herbicide's the best way to go. I was kind of fiddling with the weeds a little bit on Elm Creek, and then I was trying to do my own little test on it, and then I kind of gave up on it because patch 1.2 came out, and then at the same time No Man's Land kind of came out, and I just never got around to testing, because when No Man's Land came out, it's like, yep, we're out of Elm Creek, and I got the map I want to play on. I love this map for it kind of lets you do what you want to do. It opens up your creativity, if you like. If you're a new player and just trying to learn the game, this map may not be the one for you. But then some people do pick up things quicker than others. I know when I first started playing Farming Simulator 13, I had no clue what the heck I was doing. Not a clue. And here we are 7-8 years later, and I still don't know what I'm doing. But you learn as you go. When 13 came out, I had it a little bit easier. We didn't have weeds. We didn't have stones. We didn't have have a lot of these other things that we had to deal with. Well, the way I just said it, the way we have to deal with it makes it sound like it's rough and difficult. Yeah, so we're not going through as much fertilizer as I thought, but like I said, no big deal. I'll be using the fertilizer next season for planting. I mean, all the fields that we haven't picked up the stone yet, all those are going to need 2 stages of fertilization. And let's face it, these are the 3 smallest fields that we own. So I'm not going to go through much product here.
I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. 'Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's so strong. It goes on and on and on. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat. I never just believe in what I see, 'cause I can feel the
not bad for an hour and 20 minutes worth of work. Woke up this morning, got the stones picked up in this field, fertilized it, put some lime into them, and now we are planting wheat, and we're just about done. I can see Frank still busy over in the other field picking up stones. Yep, he's still moving. I think he's probably maybe 60 to 70% done over there. The one thing I really like about course play is being able to adjust the wages a little bit. So I do have my course play wages at 50%. So I do believe if you leave course play wages at 100%, it's the base game wages. And I just think it's kind of expensive, but you know, everyone's opinion may vary on that. But I like being at 50%. The odd thing is I wish there was more options there. I know it sounds kind of weird to say that. It's nice to have the options, but it's like you can put it at 0%, 50%, 100%, 200%, and 500%. I think those are the options that we get. I would like to see maybe a couple more options in there, maybe at 25 and 75% wages as well. But you know what? Can't keep always asking for everything. But it doesn't hurt to ask. Alright, we are done. I actually got these 3 fields done without having to refill with seed, which is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and fold this up because we are done planting this year, I do believe. Like I said, I still haven't figured out what I want to put in those other 3 fields currently. I may wait until the spring, but I may have a look at the chart just to see what crop that wouldn't, you know, hurt to put in that maybe we haven't done yet. But I want to use crop that I can put into production buildings, so it's either going to be a cereal crop or cotton. Now there is a production building I do plan on using at some point. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I do believe it's a production building for making potato chips and french fries, so we will be having a potato field. And I do think I don't know what I think we'll just call it the potato production or potato chip production, whatever. I do think that requires some cooking oil, so it actually has a purpose of actually putting down an oil plant. When I did the oil plant on Elm Creek, that was the first one we went for. There really wasn't much money into making oil. I mean, a very little bit, but not a whole lot. So, but now if we get a production building where we can make potato chips, french fries, or whatever, definitely go ahead and make some oil. I would like to get into canola a little bit, and like I said, making some oil, but that's going to be probably a couple years from now. Oops, that sticks out further in the back than I thought it did. Now, I would repair the drill, but I hardly used it, so it's probably only going to cost me, it's probably a little bit worn. Actually, I can see damage, 1%. Yeah, so it's not really worth going around and fixing currently. Alright, so now with the McCormick, we're going to grab our auto-loading trailer. I'm going to grab the eggs and tomatoes. I don't know if I'll grab both at the same time or just one or the other. I want to make a little bit of cash here. Alright, so let me double check on the pricing. How much are we doing on wage payments here? Production cost. I want to see how much I paid Frank yesterday. Where is wage? That's water cost. Wage payments, $5,330 he got paid in one day. Well, okay, for the whole month of August. I guess that seems fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, we're going in here to check on the pricing. Oh, while I'm in here as well. So right now, tomatoes. Farm shop. Alright, so the pricing anywhere there doesn't really seem to matter. They're all pretty much the same. So if I could bring it to the same place I'd bring the eggs, which currently the farm shop is the best price. 93. Yep, so everything's going to go to the farm shop. Someone did ask me, they were enjoying the series and want to know how many hours I had into the series currently. 131 hours I got into the map. That's currently what I got into it. Actually, it doesn't seem like that much. Now that I think about it, that seems kind of on the low side. The reason why I say that, because it's what, half hour per episode-ish, somewhere around there. And this is episode like 52, so that's like 26. We'll just round up to 30 hours, I guess, of view time for you guys. So 100 hours of off-camera work. Okay, so maybe that does seem about right. Maybe that is roughly what it is. So now that I got those the chicken fields done, let me go ahead and strap those in. We'll go down to the farm shop. The rest of the work we got for today is the grass fields over by the cows. We'll probably take care of that next episode. We'll make some hay bales and store them on up. Do I get more for hay? Or... Yeah, I don't actually have the money. I thought, okay, wait a minute. If instead of doing hay, maybe I should make silage. I could sell it. Because we got plenty of hay, I think. I think we got plenty of hay until next year. So maybe put down a silage pit, make some silage, and I can sell all the silage that we got and bring in some cash. I'll have to look into that, see what we're going to do there. Because getting some more money in right now, I mean, I haven't used hardly any hay already. And I only got to wait until, what is it, like June? I think it's June is the first month we can cut the grass-ish, around there, if I wait until it's fully grown. I think we can wait until June, with the amount of hay that I got. Alright, so I'll have to see how much a silo bunker is, and we're going to put a different one down than we got over here by the sheep. And it's going to be bigger, for sure. And then I can sell the silage that's over here. Now we don't have to run back and forth to fill up our TMR mixer. I can sell that silage that's there, and the grass field that's over here. I can always change my mind later on and make that into a hay field, but I think we're going to do one more cut of grass in that grass field there, and next season, or when we plant these 3 fields, you know the 3 I'm talking about, we'll change that over to something else, because I don't need that much grass right now. I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, look at all the grass around you. I know. Oh, and by the way, because someone did leave a comment, Monday's episode, when I said I turned on bread pit, they thought, you know, get your mind out of the gutter, people. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I guess that's the way I said it. I turned on bread pit, yeah. I have that effect, I guess. Farm shop is where I'm going, right? Yeah, that's where we're going. Let's get a little bit of cash here. So what do we got? 9,000 liters of eggs. You know, it does seem like maybe our egg production is going down a little bit. I have not gotten used to this. I'm still used to the sell point over here. It's not there anymore. It's over here. So maybe the egg production is going down from our older chickens. But I still think the animal HUD, it may be problematic a little bit in that sense. What are we going to get to? Well, almost 30 grand. But Frank is going to take a good amount of money of that today. And the reason why I say there's a problem with the animal HUD, if we go back in the animal HUD, if you remember when I got the cows, and we put hay in the feed trough, and that's all we had was hay and water. Hay is supposed to be 80%, but it said productivity was 100%. So I'm not sure. Then what? I mean, if giving hay is 100% and you give them TMR is 100%, I'd rather just give them hay currently. What I was doing in here as well. Let's see, productivity on the rooster. Well, he's not really doing anything, but it says 100%. He is 60 months old. Where is our other 60-month-old? Where are the ladies? Where are the senior citizens? Oh, there they are. So it still says 100% productivity from them as well. So, I mean, if there is a difference when the chickens get older, they actually lay less eggs, which does make sense. I wish we had some kind of a chart or something. And this is something with Farming Simulator since they came out, to where it's not always, they'll put something in the game and not always give us details of actually how it works, in a sense. So, yeah, I mean, do they actually produce less eggs as they get older? I've heard it both ways, but then again, I heard a couple things about the mineral feed until I did my own tests. I'm like, yeah, mineral feed does absolutely nothing. But that does make sense when you start really thinking about it, because when you put mineral feed in the TMR, it doesn't say TMR with mineral feed. It still just says mineral feed. I mean, sorry, it just, yeah. So when you put mineral feed into TMR, it still just says total mixed rations. It doesn't say like total mixed rations with mineral feed. So how's the game supposed to decipher between TMR and TMR with mineral feed when you put it into a trailer? It just classifies as TMR. I have no idea. But either way, I don't know. Leave your opinions below about the chickens if you've done the test, or I've heard a couple things about the chickens, but it's been a long time. So that's going back on Elm Creek when I was doing asking about the chickens. So I don't know. I guess we could start selling some chickens. Doesn't take them long to reproduce because we got plenty of them. So maybe we'll do so. But leave your comments down below if you know more about the chickens. And if they do get older, do they actually produce less eggs? Because if that's the case, I'll start selling some so we can get more and more eggs. That's the whole thing. So we're back up to $30,000. I spent more on fertilizer than I need to, but you know what? I'm going to use it anyways. Not that big of a deal. Looks like Frank is just about done. So I'm probably going to take the rocks that he collected out that field, go put it in the stone crusher, get some more lime, get that all produced. Okay, he's got a couple more passes and he's done. But we're done with this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.